Guyana, land of many waters, an independent nation of 6 races. We are one people, one nation, one destiny.
Georgetown, the capital of Guyana, the Garden City. Established by the British in 1812, now the center of commerce as it sits on the edge of the North Atlantic coastline. Stabroek Market, established 1881, a prominent landmark in Georgetown. St. George's Cathedral, ranked as one of the tallest wooden structures in the Caribbean, an architectural masterpiece that seats 1,500 persons. Our Atlantic coastline extends for 460 miles. 257 miles of this coastline is protected by a sea defense system, both natural and man-made. Journey with us as we depart Georgetown for the Pakaraima mountain range, located in the western frontier of Guyana, where we will visit a few waterfalls and villages. The peak, located in an area known as the Kurupung Mountains, an area renowned for large diamonds. There, you'll find the source of the East Kurupung River. Along this river, you'll find the little known but regal waterfall, Kumarau. With a sheer drop of 640 feet and 200 feet wide in the wet season, this spectacular waterfall's imposing appearance takes on a grandeur all its own. Kumarau Falls was considered as most suitable for hydropower generation in the late 70s. The drainage area that produces this magnificent flow is greater than 215 square miles. Let's now fly around Oruko Falls in the dry season. We depart Oruko Falls northwest for Iping Gorge. It is a narrow passage through the Thomason Mountains and the Watabaru mountain range for a peak at a waterfall we call Iping Fall. Flying close to this rough and rugged terrain, very turbulent conditions are always experienced. We depart towards the northwest from the Iping Gorge to the Ikeruku River, where we'll take a peek at another little known but absolutely spectacular triple drop waterfall, Sikaika, with a total of 629 feet drop and a final sheer drop of 460 feet. These falls are amazing to view. now depart west for a peek at the Kaieteur Falls as it flows off the highlands of the Oruko Mountains. Let's now proceed south to Mount Pakaraima. This outstanding landmark, known as the Tabletop Tipui, sits very close to our border with neighboring Venezuela. At the base of this mountain, you will find the Amerindian village of Oruko. Oruko Village is still the home of a very special Amerindian male who fell off Mount Pakaraima and survived by a miracle in the mid-60s. We are now headed south to a unique educational center in the Pakaraima Mountains. Bounded by the Tulaming Mountains in the south and on the Camarang River in the north is Roraima. This is the secondary school campus with the classrooms around the playfield and the dormitories in the foreground. Secondary school students are drawn from the outlying regions that includes Kaieteur, Roraima, Orala, Kako, and Camarang among other villages. Let us say hello to the primary school children at Roraima.
Welcome to Roraima.
We now depart Roraima to the east for the Camarang Basin, the hub of all operations in the Upper Mazaruni, which is primarily mining. Camarang has the longest hard surface runway in the Mazaruni region. Today, we will visit with Robert, the pet macaw of Camarang.
Yes, Robert. Oh, you're dancing? Oh, Robert is dancing. You want to dance? Dance, Robert, dance. Dance, Robert. Dance, Robert. Dance. Dance, dance. You have to dance, dance. Dance, 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 Robert. Yes.
Departing Camarang, we now head south to Mount Roraima and the Double Drop Falls. As you might appreciate, weather is always a huge factor in the mountains. Here is a view of Mount Roraima from the cockpit of a Bell 412 helicopter flying at 5,000 feet. This is a rare glimpse of Mount Roraima. The summit of this mountain is covered in clouds more than 90% of the time. Here is an example. Note the waterfall off the side of Roraima as it plummets more than 3,000 feet. The walls of Roraima in the rainy season is a spectacle to observe as waterfalls of all sizes pour down its walls. What a magnificent rock face! As we approach the Double Drop Falls just off the base of Mount Roraima, it gets very turbulent. Look at the airspeed indicator, the one with the large green arc. Look at the rapid changes of airspeed as the aircraft descends. 40 knots, 50 knots, 30 knots, 40 knots, 30 knots, 20 knots. We are going into that little crack in the canopy ahead. Very tight fit. As you can see how close the trees are to the helicopter as we descend to face the dazzling Double Drop Falls.
Landing is impossible at the base of Mount Roraima. Despite this, we will hover and deliver supplies to the explorers of this mountain.
Leaving Double Drop Falls and Mount Roraima in the west, we depart to the east with Mount Maringma in the background. The white streak of Wildline Falls stands out in this green carpet jungle as we continue our tour of the Pakaraimas. We now depart to Kaieteur Falls, which is located 10 miles south of Ibamadai. Enjoy!
A miracle of nature. Standing at 6,700 feet in the Pakaraima mountain range is Mount Iangana. On its southeastern side at 4,800 feet is the source of the Putaru. Our exclusive tour will follow the Putaru as it winds its way through the tropical rainforest of the Kaieteur National Park to the regal, mesmerizing, romantic, and captivating Kaieteur Falls. Sit tight and enjoy your ride as we take you along with us to experience the grandeur of the scenes ahead. Kaieteur, said to be the highest single drop fall in the world, the mystique of nature's cathedral, a sheer drop of 741 feet. The magic of Kaieteur Falls is ahead of the supremacy of language to confine and articulate. A visit to this explosive display of nature's power is captured in this video, so enjoy its splendor as we fly around the falls. It gets quite exciting and interesting for the pilot as he skillfully maneuvers the helicopter to the underside. You will appreciate the instability associated with descending this close to such a large waterfall. But with proficiency, Mike Charles and his team is able to take us where many can only dream of going one day. From this point, Kaieteur is tremendous, inspirational, petrifying in its grandeur. We are looking up at over 700 feet of waterfall. With determination and skill at work, we are now hovering at 20 feet above the base of this natural empire, looking up at the splendid and in the most solemn sense of the word, awesome beauty of the mighty Kaieteur. As we take our leave from the underneath, what emerge in all the descriptions we have heard is a range of wonder and respect that Kaieteur inspires. At the crown, one could not feel its vast clout, which can draw any spectator towards its magnanimity. Kaieteur, the thunder, the splendor, the power. The golden frog. And yes, the ugly frog. These are the things we are proud of. The effect heightened by the complete isolation in which Kaieteur performs the ceaseless miracle, unbeholden and unexploited in the thick rainforests of Guyana. Emerging atop once again, this is Kaieteur, Guyana's pride and joy. As we depart from our pride and joy, we await your visit and your own impression of this remarkable landmark of ours. The flight over Oruko Falls in the Pakaraima Mountains is breathtaking. The landscape alternates between forested and arid mountains until you reach the Earring River, which flows through the savannas. This is Guyana, the land of many waters, a plenitude of flora and fauna, undulating rapids and waterways, cascading waterfalls, and serene beauty. The Oruko Falls is where the Earring River thunders over steps of solid jasper. A place of relaxation, thundering waterfalls, and pure vegetation. The fall's name was derived from the Amerindian Patamona word orin, which is the name of the aquatic plant found at the fall. The Earring River forms the border between Guyana and Brazil. In contrast to Kaieteur, Oruko is ideally suited for swimming with natural jacuzzis as the falls tumble down the steps of jasper.
This fall is of spectacular beauty and offers a romance of solitude with nature. As we depart Orinduque on the Guyana-Brazil border, we travel southeast to the Quarantine River, which is our eastern border with Suriname. Andira Village sits on the top of the Amazon rainforest, 3 degrees above the equator. We'll now proceed up the New River Rapids to the YY village of Andira Falls. Here, we will meet some of our YY friends. Here are the village pets: a rainbow constrictor, an agouti, a sloth, a lava, and a trumpeter bird. Here are a few flowers of our rainforest. This is the strength of the YY woman. We will now proceed with the YYs on a hunting and fishing adventure up the New River. They sometimes have to walk their boats up the rapids to get to the prized hunting and fishing grounds. Enjoy this captivating and sometimes breathtaking experience as our adventure continues. Butterflies decorate the sandbanks. A black caiman lurks on as the Haimara and Lukanani are assembled. The waterbed is low. An emerald boa gets a bit too close. as a Sakawinki gets nervous. You take careful aim and let your arrow fly. A beautiful fish is now available for dinner.
Very impressive.
Oh, an iguana just joined the party. The Waiwais are extremely accurate with their tools of trade. How far can this fish go with this
Oh,
amount of
got it.
arrows?
That's a big fish, boy.
They will fish now with lines. The Haimaras are upon you.
Keep the camera rolling, Pado. Keep the camera rolling. Keep the camera rolling.
The Waiwais will allow the pilot Mike Charles to catch a tiger fish. See him now struggle with his gloves. It's a huge catfish. Look at Sultanos handle this beast with such ease and skill. It's very heavy. Listen, as the dorsal fin contacts the bottom of the dugout canoe. The Waiwais would catch these huge catfish and keep them alive by tying them in the rivers close to the banks until they are ready to consume them. Ingenious adaptation to their environment. This is a piranha. Snaps. Dundas lost a few toes a few months ago. Tina is getting hungry. There is a tail out of that. He handles it carefully. It's an iguana. Lunch will be soon. Frogs are okay too. The Waiwais hunt the Pakari. They are abundant in the area. Meat is usually preserved by smoking and roasting. The giant otter visits. The anaconda relaxes in the sun. They sometimes swim. Sometimes visit the land too. The tangara lurks. A monkey passes overhead. The red-headed woodpecker is unconcerned. The bellbird rings. Colorful lizard listens. An anteater takes a nap on his restaurant, an ant's nest. The bellbird is busy as we travel back to Andira Village. These rapids are extremely dangerous. The Waiwais are very skillful boatmen. Let's take you on a ride down the Andira Rapids. Hold on to the sides of the boat and let the steersman do his job. We are going through that channel ahead. See how the bowman braces the bow into the opening, allowing the water current to take its course. Just one mistake and you're overboard, because the boat will be smashed against the rocks on your side.
See how calm the water is below the rapids? This is to allow you to catch your breath after such a thrilling ride. Departing Andira, we are northbound along the Kaieteur River to Orala. The jungle canopy is beautiful. This very large tree of only pink flowers is just amazing. Orala is located approximately 60 miles up the Kaieteur River from Skeldon. We approach for a landing next to the Orala Primary School. A giant anteater crosses under our flight path. Here we are with the school children of Orala. The native people lead very simple lives. Let's take a walk through the village. The houses in this area are of thatched roof. Cassava is the staple food of most Amerindians. Cassava is processed into a variety of foods by the Amerindians. Kasiri, farine, cassava bread, and kasrid. Orala is the only place on earth that you can have your hair done and your teeth cleaned all at the same time. The children will now sing for us their school song. From Orala, we fly along the Kaieteur River for Skeldon. This is Molson Creek, where the ferry service for the Guyana-Suriname crossing is located. Our primary objective of this visit is to ride on the most decorative public transport vehicle in Guyana, the tapir. Built in Guyana in the late 70s, this unique vehicle has been converted hundreds of times over, except for its body. Ride with us as we sit sideways with some passengers. The interior is splendid. The dashboard is from a 1994 Toyota car. The driver boasts all gauges work. The clock too.
The engine, well, guess where it's from? A 1975 Datsun motor car. No air filter, smooth tires. No problem, he says. He must know. This is Skeldon. This is Guyana. The cultural diversity in Guyana is unique in the Caribbean and has made a significant contribution to the country and the region. Guyana's untapped potential is vast and investment is easier and more profitable than you might think. Leaving Skeldon, we fly over the lush landscape of rice cultivation in the Blackbush polar farmlands. Rice being the staple diet in this country and one of our main exports. We enjoy the scenery that stretches far and wide and take views of the mills that process the paddy to give us rice. But once you're in the East Berbice region, you cannot miss the vast backlands cultivated of sugarcane, another of Guyana's main export. We fly over the East Berbice estates of Albion and Rosal. This is Guyana, a country rich in rice and sugar, a country that once served as the breadbasket of the Caribbean. With a land area of over 83,000 square miles that covers vast stretches of virtually untouched rainforests, savanna lands and farmlands, we fly across country from the ancient county of Berbice in the east to the Cinderella county of the Essequibo in the west. Each region in Guyana has its own special feature. The name of Essequibo quickly conjures up metaphors of spectacular waterfalls, rivers and landscapes that stretch to the horizon, rolling rice fields and serene, expansive lakes. As we cross the mighty Essequibo River approaching Bartica, the colorful folklore is remembered in enigmatic tones, all adding to the aura of the mystery that blankets the strange waters of the region. Bartica, the gateway for the Mazaruni, Cuyuni, Potaro districts, Guyana's hinterland, and link to our neighboring Brazil. In the background, you see Cow and Calf Islands beckoning. The Essequibo is awakening to a new identity as the land of the islands. As we enter the Mazaruni River, the water begins to change to two distinct colors. Watch as we go along. We continue our flight as we approach the mouth of the Cuyuni River as it merges with the Mazaruni. The Essequibo is fast becoming the tourism hub of the country. Essequibo will not be left behind when it comes to history, for it was in this region many years ago when Guyana became. We are approaching Kaieteur Falls, which means sea overall. This settlement was established in the 17th century by the Dutch as a trading depot. This tiny island of 1.5 acres changed ownership many a time between the Dutch and the British. By 1716, Kaieteur Falls became overcrowded and the Dutch administration moved to Fort Island, one of the islands in a chain of 365 islands that is found in the Essequibo River, one of the most picturesque and scenic in the country. Located approximately 10 miles from the mouth of the mighty Essequibo River is Fort Island, the home of the Court of Policy, a multifunctional building that served as a church, seat of the Dutch government, a store, and a sales office. The tombs of 3 Dutch officials are also housed in this structure. Moving a little further along the northeastern bank of this island, you'll find Fort Zeelandia, established after Kaieteur Falls was abandoned in 1716. These massive historic structures stands testimony to the superior bricklaying skills of the Dutch. As we leave Fort Zeelandia, we return to Georgetown at night, where we will join the fireworks celebrations of our 38th Independence Anniversary celebrations. Enjoy. This is Guyana, the land of many waters, the land of unseen beauty, the land of tumbling waterfalls, of amazing landscape, majestic mountains, of intriguing wildlife, beautiful flora and fauna, and yes, the tapir, your local mode of transportation. The land of many waters, a plenitude of flora and fauna, undulating rapids and waterways, home to one of the world's tallest wooden buildings, the St. George's Cathedral, home to the mighty thunderous Kaieteur Falls, the world's highest single drop falls, and home to the El Dorado range of realms. We are sure you enjoyed the ride with us, for we did. This is our country, our Guyana, the land of 6 races, with its motto of 1 people, 1 nation, and 1 destiny. This is Guyana, yours to discover.